Hey, welcome to today's episode. My name is Brandy Shaver if we're meeting for the first time, and we are talking about how to reverse engineer your goals for 2022. Now, if you are joining me and watching this video, let me know somewhere in the comments or send me a message and let me know if you have actually set your goals, set your intentions for 2022. Now, this is something that most people actually do, right? Whether they're in business, whether they are, just normal humans, there's health goals, there's business goals, there's income goals, there's all kinds of things. But today we're talking about how to reverse engineer your goals based on your business. Now, this is something that I do periodically throughout the actual year, and I'm going to share with you how I do that and how it works. Because just setting your intention or setting your goals for the year isn't going to be enough, right? And let me know if you have ever experienced that where you've set goals and then, February comes around and you're like, man, I've lost all sight of what I was doing. I'm not even close to where I want to be. And things just start to fall apart. All right. So there's a process in actually doing this. So let me know in the comments if you have ever done that. And let me just see, for some reason, my comments are not working, but I will check them later. So let's jump into this really quick so that we can get you on the right path. So number one, set the goal or the intention. Okay. So this is kind of something I used to do, and I'm going to share my experience with you because it's going to put you in what I call a drudgery loop. I used to, when I was brand new in network marketing, I had this thought that when, I got involved in network marketing and I would go to the events and I would see these top earners cross stage, there was this one top earner that crossed stage and he had built a 6-figure business in 11 months in our company, right? And so I was like, well, obviously, if he's done that, right, then I could do it. Well, that's awesome, right? But what would happen is I would set this audacious goal to hit this. It was like the top third from the top rank in the company. And I would set this audacious goal, right? And then I would work for like 30, 60, 90 days. And I was nowhere close to that kind of income, that kind of volume coming into my business. And I would start to beat myself up. Right now, let me know if you've ever done this before, or in your mind, if you're thinking, "Yep, I've done that before," right? And you just kind of get in this place where you're like, "Man, this really sucks. Like maybe I suck at this, or maybe I'm just not cut out for this, or maybe this is not my path, or whatever," right? But you start to question yourself. Your self-worth really goes down the toilet, and things start to go backwards, right? If you've ever done that, let me know, because here's the thing. And I actually hired a personal coach. It's been years ago now when I first decided to build my business online. Terry, right? Every month I first decided to build my business online, I hired a personal coach. And this was something that was an aha moment, right? And since that point, I have set my goals this way. Number one, decide where you're at and what's the next step, right? Not where you want to be. Like, for instance, I didn't go from, a brand new person online thinking I was going to make $1 million in commissions that first year, right? That's unreasonable. It's unreasonable to think that based on where I was at in my journey, that I could become the number one affiliate and make $1 million in commissions in 2020, right? Like if I just got started. So here's what I want you to remember when you're setting your goals for 2022. Where are you now? Okay. Now, what my personal coach taught me, it wasn't that you're never going to get to that, $1 million affiliate commissions or $1 million in commissions or whatever in your business. It was that, is it reasonable to think that you can build that amount of volume or that amount or that big of a change in your business in a year's time based on where you're at right now, right? And based on the time that you actually have, okay? Because that's another thing, right? Like I'm a mom, I have 6 kids. I had those 6 kids before I started building a business. So is it reasonable? And that's something that I want you to take into consideration, right? We all want to hit the top rank in our company. We all want to be, that person that's making 6 figures a month or, 6 figures every 30, 15 days or whatever, right? We all would love that kind of income, but where are we at right now? Okay. That is one of the main keys. Now, when he taught me that, I was kind of like, well, that kind of takes the fun out of it, right? Like if I'm this rank and I just want to go to the next rank, then it's not that exciting, right? Like just going from, maybe mid-level rank to, the next rank in your company. You're like, meh, shmeh, right? It's not really that big of a deal. It doesn't get me excited, that kind of thing. And what I learned, this is the aha moment, right? Is that I could set the goal and I could surpass the goal, right? Like, and then I could change the goal. That's the key, right? Is that you actually have the power to change the goal. And so instead of getting in that drudgery cycle of, man, I didn't hit the goal, I'm not even close, the volume isn't there, I didn't enroll enough people, all those things, set it for the next rank, because what we are wanting to do is we want to give ourselves the evidence that we are making progress, right? Now, if the top goal, if you're like, I'm going to hit the top rank in the company and you're brand new and you don't hit the top rank in the company in 30 days, then we go into this drudgery cycle of, man, I suck. I don't have enough people, this, that, and the other. Instead of doing that, turn it around and look at the gratitude circle. Okay. And that's where, you could be like, oh my gosh, my volume grew this month, right? I enrolled 6 more people. I got the next bonus. I hit the next rank, right? And just working at it one chunk of it at a time, instead of trying to eat the entire elephant. If you throw an entire elephant on my desk right now, I would be like, holy crap, how am I ever going to get rid of this elephant, right? We have to eat that elephant one bite at a time. And it's exactly how it works with your goals. So set your goals, but I want you to make sure that it's reasonable, it's measurable, and it makes sense for you and the time you have to put into your business. Because maybe you're working full-time right now, right? To put a roof over your head and pay the bills and all the things. And just hitting that next goal would make sense for right now where you're at in your life. Okay. So that's the first thing, setting the actual goal and making sure reasonable and where you're at right now. Okay. That's 2 of the things. And you can always change the goal. All right. The next thing is knowing how to get there, right? If I set the rank of the next rank in my company, how do I get there? What's the measurables that I have to hit that rank? What is it that I actually have to do? And I am so surprised by people that don't know their comp plan. And, maybe it's not your forte. Maybe you don't love numbers. Maybe you don't quite get it. But I would suggest getting with someone either above you, calling the company. I used to do this all the time. When I was moving from rank to rank, I would actually call the company and I would just ask for somebody to share with me how the comp plan works, because I had this goal, right? And I wanted to make sure that I had everything lined up to hit the goal by this certain amount of time. And most corporate offices, at least the ones that I have been involved with, which, isn't that many. I've only been in actually 3 companies, but most corporate offices have people that can explain it to you and that are willing to go through it with you, right? And of course, your upline as well. Now, if you don't have an upline that is willing to do that, go above them, go above them, go above them, go above them until you find somebody that can, either give you a little bit of time or maybe give you a video on the comp plan. And here's the thing. Don't get discouraged if you don't get it the first time. I never get it the first time. Okay. Let me know if you ever get it the first time on a comp plan. I still to this day print out my comp plan. And when I'm going for the next rank, I am reviewing that every day. Okay. Where am I at? What does it take? Right. I'll write it out on my board over here, or I'll have it on paper. My brain has to absorb it a little bit at a time. And I'll be honest, I watch those videos over and over and over and over and over again, even now, right? And my husband gets so frustrated with me because he started doing crypto recently, like just, kind of as a hobby. And he's like, I don't get it. Like, I watch the video and then I go to do it. And then the next time I go to do it, I forget. And I'm like, you're a normal human. What makes you think that you should just know everything the first time you watch it, right? That's not how this works. And if you don't get it, watch it again. Get with somebody that can maybe help you understand, break it down piece by piece. And some comp plans, I'll be honest, are super complicated. Okay. They're super complicated, but get with somebody that can explain it to you and ask questions. If you don't get it, make sure you say, I don't get it. Can we talk about this a different way? Or can you explain it in a way that I, can understand? And it's not that you need to know every little piece of the comp plan for every rank, right? You just need to know what's next for you. Okay. Maybe what's next two ahead, right? If you're going for a jump in a rank or something like that. Okay. So don't get stressed out. Know it's human behavior. I am not good at numbers. I choose to be good at numbers, right? It's not natural for me. I have to research it. I have to look at it. I have to ask people, right? It's just part of being a business owner. You have to know how you're going to get paid and how you're going to hit that rank. And one of the things that's super frustrating for me as a leader, as a top network marketer in my company, is that a lot of people don't ask questions. Okay. They don't come to me and they don't say, look, this is where I'm at. How can I hit the next rank? Instead, they wait for me to send them a text that's like, hey, look, you've got 100,000 points in one leg, right? If we added one person here and did this, you would actually hit the next rank and you would get a huge bonus. So ask questions. Your upline, your leaders, they want to help you. They want to help you. They want to be able to help you move forward. And if you're asking questions and getting excited about it, those are the people that they love to work with. Okay. So the next piece of this, step number 3. Okay. So now you've got set your goal, know how to get there. So know your comp plan. And number 3, does your daily mode of operation actually hit on those income producing activities? All right. Now, we all get busy. I get that, right? There's a lot of things that go into building your business online. There's a lot of things that go into a business offline, right? There's a lot of things that go into it, but you are a business owner and it's your responsibility to understand what makes you money. Okay. Now, if it's in network marketing, that is inviting. Okay. That's presenting, that's following up, and that's enrolling, whether that's a customer or a team member. Those are the 4 things that make you money. The rest of everything that you're doing it for free. Okay. So if you are stuck inside of Facebook worrying about what you're going to post and all the things, that's awesome. Okay. But if you only have a certain amount of time, make sure your daily mode of operation is full of your key income producing activities that are going to get you closer to your goal. Okay. Now, if your comp plan says, look, you've got to enroll 5 people on each side, and you've got to have this amount of points or this amount of, whatever, then those income producing activities need to be daily for you. Like, how many people do I need to contact? Now, here's the key to this, right? Because when you are brand new or, maybe mid-level ranks in your company, or, maybe you're experienced, your level of enrolling people is going to depend on your influence. All right. So your numbers, like if I talk to 10 people, I normally will enroll between 2 to 5. That's my numbers. Okay. And I've done this for a long time. It's unrealistic to expect, if you're brand new, that you're going to talk to 10 people and enroll 2 to 5, unless those people are on your hot list, right? Those people that already know, like, and trust you, and that are willing to take a look at working with you in your business. Okay. So the numbers have to kind of go in that order, and it's going to depend on your own close rate and your own influence and your own audience that you've built, and the engagement that's happening inside of your of your following. Okay. Number 4, this one is important. Get caught up in the process and not the results. Okay. This is something that a lot of people, this is where they will quit. They get into the process of, okay, look, I've set my goals, right? I know how to get there. My daily mode of operation is full of the things that are going to get me where I need to go. But 30 days in, oh my gosh, I'm not seeing the results that I want in my business. Okay. And they're like, this doesn't work. They throw their arms up in the air and they're like, this doesn't work. I'm just going to stop doing it. Right. I suck at this or whatever. Well, here's the reality of this deal. Okay. I'm going to tell you the story of how I made $1 million in 365 days. 6 months in, I wasn't even close to hitting $1 million in commissions for that year. Wasn't even close, right? Like, I was nowhere near what I needed to be doing or in volume to bring in that kind of money, right? I just wasn't. And one of the things that I really focused in on was the process. Okay. It was no longer about, was I making that money yet? I was bound and determined that that's what I was going to do. I was going to hit $1 million in commissions by the end of 2020. Okay. In the middle of a craziness year, right? In the middle of people all losing their jobs and all the things, in the middle of, school shut down and all the things, right? I was bound and determined that's what I was doing. And I lost myself in the process. Okay. So I suggest you start to love the process and divorce the results, because 6 months into that deal, 2020, I wasn't even close to making $1 million in commissions. Okay. Wasn't there. I was nowhere near. Okay. In fact, people that I was working with that were tracking what I was doing was like, there's no way you're going to make it. I said, yeah, watch me. Okay. So the process, I had set the goal. I knew how to get there. Okay. I knew the comp plan. I knew what I was doing. My daily mode of operation was full of the activities that needed to happen to get to that. And I married the process and forgot the results. Okay. Now the next piece is really key. And this is where you evaluate. Okay. Now you can evaluate on a daily basis. You can evaluate on a weekly basis, and you can evaluate on a monthly basis. 90 days, 30 days, 90 days, 60 days, whatever you want to do. I actually evaluate weekly on what's happening inside of my business and where we're at numbers wise and kind of like what has to happen. So evaluation is where you figure out what's working, okay, what's not, and what you might do differently. And you are only allowed to figure out one thing you might do differently. You can't jump from company to company to company to company to try to get what you want, right? That's not what I mean by what you might do differently. What might you do differently with your daily mode of operation? What might you do differently with your skill sets, right? What might you do differently in your closing conversations? Those kind of things. Stick with one thing and move forward through the process until you get good enough that it actually comes to fruition, right? Now, the last one that I'm going to add is a bonus. Okay. I didn't make $1 million in commissions by working more. Okay. I set the process and I really worked on my mindset. Okay. And I also worked on the universe. And when you're in a gratitude cycle, remember at the first one, we talked about a gratitude cycle instead of a drudgery cycle. The universe wants to give you more. The universe, God, whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want to call it. But when you're in a gratitude cycle, right, and you are work on your vision, and I have this app that I use. I'm going to share it with you guys so that you have it. It's called Think Up. Okay, it's called Think Up, and it looks like. Can you see that right there? Oh, right there. That little. It's just called Think Up. It's free. You can get the free version. And I suggest that you work on your affirmations and your meditation and your gratitude cycle, finding things that are working and finding the positive in what you're doing. Because if you stick in the drudgery cycle, it actually takes your business backwards. Okay. It's going to go the wrong way. So start to look for things, excuse me, that are working in your business and how you might move forward. Excuse me, I got a tickle. Anyway, I hope you got value from today. If you need more on, getting more in your business, like how to build online, more of those skill sets, things like that. Excuse me. I'm going to drop a link for you it'll actually be in the description as soon as this ends. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. If you got value, let me know. And I hope you have a great rest of your week, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.